Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be going over, just briefly, some experiments I've been doing recently. I'd mentioned to somebody that I was planning on doing a video on how to make aftershave, and I attempted to do some experimentation. I've got an 8-minute film that I'll probably tag on the end of this video, where I tried to make some lime aftershave. This is the end result that I ultimately ended up with. It doesn't show all the things I did on camera, but I experimented with adding alum powder and heating the alcohol. And I'd heard that helps combine, and it does help combine the ingredients to get the essential oils and the water and various things to combine a little bit better. But it didn't work fantastically. As you can see, there's still a little bit of separation, and it just may be that I need to heat this up again. But in the video, I was using some lime flavored vodka that had a pretty good lime smell to it already. But I added that. I added some witch hazel, put some alum, put a little bit of aloe vera in it, and the smell of lime just didn't come through. And it may just be the quality of the essential oil that I was using, but it just didn't work out well. And so I ended up, to get the end result of what I've had, I ended up putting some lemon with it. And I had planned to do a two-part, where I was also going to do a lemon with some Everclear as a base, but I ended up just combining that all together and putting some Everclear in it and some lemon essential oil, and came up with sort of a lemon lime, real mild. I've added, I think, some clove to it also, but it just didn't really turn out what I wanted. But that's the way things work sometimes. Whenever you're experimenting, they just don't turn out the way you think they're going to. But I've also been doing some other experimenting, and I created a citrus aftershave that I really like. And I took basically all of the citrus essential oils and fragrance oils that I had at the time. I didn't have lime at that time, but I had orange, I had lemon, I had grapefruit. I think that's all. But then I also had a little sample, a bottle about this size, of Lucky Tiger Aspen, which I really didn't like at all. Didn't like it at all. And instead of passing it off to somebody else, I wanted to experiment with it. So I started adding some essential oils to it, and I came up with a citrus. And I've talked about my wife having a picky nose and not really liking a lot of scents. She liked this one. It wasn't over the top fantastic love, but she liked it. And she said, well, I can't tell what. I can tell it's citrus, but I can't tell what citrus, which can be a good thing. So I'm going to use this closing up the shave today. I'm going to use Ben Franklin Sterling Company shave soap, which is a tallow-based shave soap. It's got lanolin. It's got almond oil, vegetable glycerin, shea butter, coconut milk, essential oils. I fairly like it. Ben Franklin is the fragrance. I've had it soaking in some water. I got it in my Old Spice without the name of a ship, which is so rare. Shave mug. Ben Franklin's got benzoin, frankincense, clove, and nutmeg. That's just got a real nice, kind of spicy type of flavor. And I've had my big shave brush soaking in some water. And I don't think it's quite broken in yet. It's close. But I just shake it out and start lathering until I get a thick lather beginning on the brush. It's kind of sloppy, it kind of drips a little bit, but you know, start not super dry brush, but just a damp brush until I start getting some thick lather build up. And then I'm going to bowl lather the rest of the way. Kind of push it down some and get that lather all up in there. There you go. And now I'm going to bowl lather. And something I just picked up for about $1.50. A Colonel Ichabod Conch shave mug. So, bowl lather. Got back from vacation in Illinois a couple of weeks ago, and it was nice being back with family. But you know, I just didn't get the revitalization that I normally get from going on vacation back home. It just doesn't. For some reason, I don't know if it was the weather. A little bit of water there. I don't know if it was the weather. Just it was too rainy, and I didn't get to get outside. But you know, it's just I wasn't relaxed and refreshed the way I usually am. Tallow-based soaps like Mitchell's Wool Fat, it takes a little bit more work to get them to the consistency that you want. It takes a little bit more time than a glycerin-based soap. A little bit more water. There we go. Wet my face a little bit. I'm going to put on some Corn Huskers that I've put some grapefruit essential oils. Corn Huskers as an imitation Trumper's skin food, and it's not the same formulation as Trumper's, no, but it's the same principle as Trumper's, which is applying glycerin to the face. And in some respects, what you're doing whenever you put this on is you're doing a super lather. I'm going to use my Gillette new short comb razor. It's got a copper top, and if you can pick up and see how the short comb looks. Croma Diamant blade in. It's got one use already on it. And now apply the lather. And you know, it never fails that when I'm trying to work sterling soaps on camera, I don't get a fantastic lather. And just about every time I try it off camera, I get a really thick, rich lather. And I don't know what's up with that. It's camera shy. Here we go. It's nice, slick lather. The Gillette short comb, it isn't as aggressive or harsh as some of the old style open comb razors. But it's pleasant. It's nice. Across the grain for me is up and down. You know, one time when I was in college and I was driving back to Illinois, and it's pretty close to a baby but smooth shave right now. My face feels real slick with this soap, real slick. I guess maybe it's the lanolin that they put in it that makes it that extra super slick. So I guess you don't have to have a real rich thick lather like I like. I just like the way it looks and the way it feels when it's nice and thick and creamy. But it still works. Still feels great. You know, I this particular year, I guess it had been a while since I'd gotten back home. Maybe I didn't get to go back for spring break or something, so it had gone like from Christmas until summer or something. And it had been a little bit longer, so I was really kind of feeling homesick for what I thought was the people, family. And when I got home, I went across the Mississippi River. It was kind of late in the year, I think. I don't know whether it was May or June. But they hadn't been able to get out in the bottomland. They're right across the Mississippi River, and in a lot of places I think that year, and plow. And the smell of that freshly plowed land just started kind of wafting over me. And my brain said, that's home. And I got home, I greeted everybody, gave hugs and kisses all around, visited, then went to a friend's house, and it was freshly plowed ground. We were doing, I think, arrowhead hunting or something, and got real close to that freshly plowed ground, and that aroma of the rich, loamy, dark earth of southern Illinois, the earth that I found out since coming to Oklahoma is so rich, all you got to do is drop seeds in it and stuff will grow. Out here in Oklahoma, you drop seeds and the birds eat them. I've not been a very good gardener since I've come to Oklahoma. But I realized that what I was homesick for was not the people. It wasn't particularly the place. It wasn't my bed at home in the house that I grew up in. It was the smell of the soil that I missed. It was just something that I craved. And maybe it's because this year I didn't get to go out and do what I normally do, which is use my metal detector and dig around the ground looking for stuff, or just to get out and walk the field just because it was so wet. Last year I went around walking around because it was so dry, but I couldn't do my metal detecting. But this year it was so wet I couldn't do metal detecting, because all you do is just get a mud hole. But that's the end of my shave. Feel nice and clean. Looks like I got a little bit of a weaker there. I'm going to use this citrus. Made out of a base of Lucky Tiger aspen. It just kind of smells citrusy, but you can't tell what it is. Yeah, it feels good. And then I think I'll top it off with some Gillette gel. I also got a little bit of menthol. This has also got a little bit of menthol in it, and the Gillette gel or any kind of cream kind of locks that menthol in. Makes it feel good. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll tag on the end of this, so this is going to be a long video this time, but I'll just tag on the end of it the creating aftershave little fiasco that I had that didn't turn out the way I wanted. But until later, bye bye. Take care. Be safe. Hello everybody. Well, today I'm going to do a short demonstration about making homemade aftershave. Now today I'm going to try to do a lime aftershave with the alcohol being some Burnett's limeade vodka. It already smells pretty good. It smells a lot like a mild lime aftershave. And I'm going to do a two-part. The first part I'm going to do a lime aftershave with some menthol, and then I'm going to do a lemon aftershave. I'm going to attempt to. I haven't tried this, with some Everclear as the basis and some essential oils. This is 50 milliliters, 50 grams of the limeade vodka. The ratio of adding alum, which is an element that not only helps, to be an astringent on the face somewhat, but also it helps to combine the ingredients in the aftershave, so maybe the essential oils and the water and the alcohol will combine together, and you won't have to shake it as much. Haven't really experimented a whole lot with that, but I wanted to give it a try. But what you have to do is you have to add the alum at a ratio of 2 grams per 100 grams or 100 milliliters of alcohol. So what I did was I did 50 milliliters of alcohol, and I used 1 gram of alum, and I just took a Steptic pencil, broke off a piece, grated it up, mashed it up with the mortar and pestle that I've got here, and just made a powder. Heated it in the microwave in a glass container. I've got the Everclear 50 milliliters in this that I'm going to heat up and show you how it works. But you heat it up for 30 seconds, and that takes it up to just a little bit over 120 degrees Fahrenheit, or I think that's 50 degrees Celsius. But that's what it takes to get it to dissolve. But you do that for 30 seconds, it heats it up, I think, to around 125 degrees. Really, it kind of starts to bubble a little bit. And then you just start shaking it around and dissolving it. Well, that's what I did with the alcohol. So this bottle looks like it might hold close to maybe 90. To that, I'm going to add some witch hazel. Now, I could measure it out. Let's see. I'll try measuring it out here. Let's add about 25 grams, 25 milliliters of witch hazel. This might hold 100 milliliters. Let's do just a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to get a little bit of water. You can use distilled water. I think just regular tap water will work. A little bit of water, fill that up. And now I've got some lime essential oil. That's the lemon. Start adding that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 drops. Okay. This is aloe vera gel. And I'm just going to put a squirt of that in there. And then I've got a pretty good sized crystal of menthol crystal. Got that grated up, and I'm just going to add that. Shake it up. use some more lime scent. So I'm going to add some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's not real strong lime. But that's just basically how you do it. You just keep adding it, add what you need. It's not a strong lime scent. It's just not coming through.